On our wedding day, my fiancé, SX, Ethan Ward, had abandoned her for 5 years, stormed into the venue with a knife, determined to crash the wedding and take her back. Instead of stopping him, my fiancée Lily Harper tore her wedding, dressed to shreds in front of everyone, and fled with him. My mom tried to reason with her calmly, but Lily shoved her to the ground. Then Ethan stabbed my mom 18 times. She didn't survive. Devastated, I called the police, but Lily took it upon herself to issue a forgiveness letter on my behalf, getting Ethan released without charges. When I confronted her, furious, she brushed it off. Ethan saved your life once, Mason. You can't just stand by and let your savior go to jail, ruining his future, can you? Besides, your mom had a heart condition. Living was just suffering for her. Ethan did her a favor by setting her free from the pain. You should be thanking him. Seeing me quietly take back the letter, she thought I'd bought her twisted logic. Smiling, she promised to cut ties with Ethan and make it up to me with an even more romantic wedding. What she didn't know was that I'd gone to the hospital and gotten a certificate diagnosing me with a mental illness. She wouldn't get her dream wedding with me, but she'd soon be attending Ethan's funeral. When Lily tore her dress and ran into Ethan's arms, I thought I was trapped in a nightmare. The venue erupted into chaos. Guests fled in terror at the sight of Ethan's knife. Soon, the banquet hall was empty except for me, my mom, and a few relatives. Lily, clinging to Ethan's arm, didn't even seem to notice. "I thought you wouldn't show," she said, her voice heavy with emotion. "If you'd waited any longer, I'd have been someone else's bride." Ethan gave her a helpless smile, playfully tapping her nose. "I told you, that girl you saw was just a client I was meeting for work. There was nothing going on." Lily let out a soft huff, almost flirtatious. "If you'd explained sooner, we could have avoided this whole mess." "Yeah, Lily," Ethan said, his voice turning tender. "I want you to know you're the only one I've ever loved." His words were so heartfelt, it was like they were starring in some good trenching romance movie. Lily's eyes welled up with tears. So did mine, but for a very different reason. My relatives shot me pitying looks as I glanced down at my groom's suit, feeling like a clown. I should have seen it coming. Before the ceremony, Lily had been restless, constantly glancing at the hotel entrance. I thought she was just nervous, but now I realized she'd been waiting for Ethan. Despite the betrayal, I tried to reason with her. "Lily, don't forget, he ghosted you without a word and left for another country for 5 years. "Exactly, Lily," my mom chimed in, her voice full of concern. "He broke your heart so badly you got sick. You need to think this through." It wasn't an exaggeration to say my mom and I had every right to plead with her. Lily spiraled into depression, even attempting to drown herself in a river. I jumped into the freezing water that winter to pull her out. My mom and I took turns comforting her for 8 hours straight, and she said she couldn't afford rent. My mom covered it for her, worried she might try something drastic again. My mom rented a place next door to hers and had me check on her regularly. When Lily confessed her feelings for me, it was my mom who encouraged me to give her a chance, to look past her baggage. Over the years, my mom and I did everything we could to support her. She was sick and insisted on eating out-of-season oranges. I scoured every store in the city to find them. When she said she didn't want to work because she feared people's judgment, I supported her, working harder to provide for her. For 9 years, my mom and I cared for her like family. When she said she was afraid of being hurt and didn't want to marry, we respected her wishes, even under pressure from relatives. Then, a month ago, she suddenly said she wanted to get married. I found it suspicious, but my mom reassured me, saying it's normal for a woman to change her mind at a certain age, to make her happy. My mom and I spent a month pulling all-nighters to plan the perfect wedding. From picking the venue to choosing her bouquet, we left no detail overlooked. My mom even researched popular jewelry gifts and prepared a generous cash gift, all to make Lily feel special. We poured our hearts into it, never imagining she'd run off with Ethan. Lily paused, then said, "Ethan was a victim too. He was tricked into going abroad to give me a better future. He's always wanted to come back." I started to protest, but Ethan cut in, feigning grievance. Mason, I just got back from abroad, penniless. I know you look down on me, but I'll prove myself. I'll keep the promise I made to Lily years ago. Lily nodded, looking at Ethan with pity and relief. Then she turned to me, her voice sharp. I can tell he's telling the truth, Mason. Stop trying to drive a wedge between us. And don't think I don't know you, and your mom just wanted me to marry into your family, to give you kids and raise them. Her words left me stunned, a chill spreading through my chest. 9 years of care, and I never asked for gratitude, but I didn't expect her to twist it like this. Choosing to believe Ethan, who'd deceived her, over me, who'd stood by her. Sighed enough, she snapped. I'm done listening to you. And by the way, I'm 3 months pregnant with Ethan's child. You and I are over, Mason. Ethan smirked at me, clearly smug. Despite bracing myself, my heart sank. 3 months ago, I'd caught Lily, who usually stayed home, picking up a man at the airport. After digging, I learned it was Ethan. When I confronted her, she flew into a rage, accusing me of spying. For days, she gave me the cold shoulder, refusing to speak unless I apologized. When I found her at a bar late at night, drinking with other men, she called me controlling. I nearly broke up with her then, but my mom convinced me not to throw away 9 years over a moment's impulse. When Lily proposed marriage, I thought she'd come around only to realize she'd already planned to leave me. Lily, calm down, Ethan said, his tone softening. Go wait outside. I'll handle this. Lily's arrogance faded and she smiled sweetly. Thanks, Ethan. I'm so glad we'll be together again. No one will tear us apart this time. Her words stung, clearly aimed at me, but I had no intention of stopping her. Ethan escorted her out, leaving me standing there, reeling. Suddenly my mom, as if resolving herself, rushed after them. Lily, Ethan doesn't love you? Before she could finish, Ethan charged at her, plunging the knife into her chest. My mom coughed up blood, her words choking in her throat. It happened so fast, no one could react. Relatives screamed in horror. My mind went blank. But I rushed forward too late. Annoyed that my mom clung to him, Ethan stabbed her over a dozen more times until she went limp. He tossed the knife and fled. I didn't chase him. I tried to call an ambulance, only to realize I'd given my phone to someone before the ceremony. In the chaos, I screamed for help. Lily, who'd briefly returned, met my eyes. Covered in my mom's blood, I shouted, Lily, call an ambulance! But she just glanced down, took Ethan's hand, and walked away without hesitation. That day, my heart turned to ash. I arranged my mom's funeral, choosing the most expensive urn and plot. My mom had always been frugal, wearing cheap socks for years and refusing new clothes. But for Lily, she spared no expense. When Lily posted about wanting expensive skincare, my mom sent the money without blinking. When Lily envied her friends' designer bags, my mom bought them from abroad. When Lily wanted a new house, my mom used her life savings to buy one, even putting Lily's name on the deed. To me, my mom treated Lily more like a daughter than a daughter-in-law, choking back tears. I retrieved the hotel's security footage and contacted a lawyer. I thought Lily would stay by Ethan's side, but the next day, she showed up at the funeral parlor. She approached me, wiped my tears and hugged me, patting my back, the same gesture she used whenever she wanted to make amends. She knew how to charm with sweet words and gestures like buying fruit for my mom or hugging her playfully. Even without real change, my mom and I could never stay mad. But since Ethan's return, she'd avoided us. Before I could process, she, whispered Mason, dropped the charges. Ethan knows he messed up. He saved my life once. I can't let him go to jail and ruin his future. Besides, your mom had a heart condition. She was in pain every time it flared up. Ethan did her a favor by ending her suffering. I heard she didn't feel any pain when she passed. Her words didn't surprise me, they disgusted me. I wanted to slap her, but this was my mom's funeral. I didn't want to dishonor her memory. Get out, I said, shoving her away. As if expecting this, Lily wasn't fazed. I came here for the sake of our relationship. Are you really this heartless? I laughed bitterly. Heartless. Have you forgotten how my mom treated you? Without her, would you even be alive? When Lily's self-harm got severe, She once slit her wrists in a bathtub. My mom found her, called 911, and when the blood bank was short, my frail 60-year-old mom rolled up her sleeve to donate blood, saving Lily's life. Lily's eyes flickered, but she pressed on. I know, and I'm grateful. That's why I'm here, asking you to let this go for your mom's sake. A trial means an autopsy, cutting her body open. She won't rest in peace. Before she could finish, I grabbed her hair and threw her out of the funeral parlor. How dare you treat me like this? She cried, her eyes red with shock. I used to avoid upsetting her, never raising my voice. But now I regretted not hitting harder. I thought that would be the last of her. But the next day she returned. This time she knelt silently, banging her head on the floor, apologizing. Her hair was disheveled, her face swollen from crying. Relatives, unaware of the truth, tried to comfort her. I didn't want to see her, but her pitiful act made me question if she was genuine. Mason, I was wrong, she sobbed. I know you're mad, but I messed up. Even though our wedding didn't happen, I've always seen your mom as my own. I'm sorry. Her tears were so convincing I could barely reconcile this Lily with the cold woman from 2 days ago. She offered to handle my mom's affairs, but I laughed it off. No need. I've got it. Don't come back. She fell too, her knees again, begging to help as a final gesture. Remember when your mom was in the ICU? I stayed with you outside the operating room. Her words stirred memories. Back then, Lily stayed awake for 2 days straight outside the hospital, praying for my mom. After the surgery, she dragged herself to a temple to get a good luck charm. Softened, I didn't refuse when she handed me a proxy agreement to handle the funeral logistics. I've done this before for my dad. I know the process, she said. You're busy with the lawsuit. Let me take care of this. Her voice choked, and her eyes were red. I signed the agreement, trusting her one last time, true to her word. She handled everything flawlessly, solving bureaucratic headaches while I focused on the case against Ethan. The incident gained traction online, public outrage demanding justice. On trial day, supporters cheered me on. Ethan couldn't even find a lawyer. The evidence was overwhelming, and the judge sentenced him to 20 years. The courtroom erupted in cheers. The judge asked Ethan if he accepted the verdict. He smirked, holding up a document. I don't. Here's a forgiveness letter signed by the victim's next of kin. I was stunned. The proxy agreement I'd given Lily included my signature, making her forgiveness letter valid. My lawyer and I fought back, but the evidence was ironclad. We lost. Then Lily posted a video online, twisting the truth. She claimed my mom's heart condition made her death inevitable and that my mom and I had provoked Ethan to kill her, hoping to extort money. She released a doctored recording of me saying, "We're out of money. Should I sell the house?" Followed by my mom's voice. No, that's for your marriage. This life is still worth something. The recording was from years ago when Lily needed surgery, and we were broke. My mom wanted to sell her blood to pay for it, but Lily edited it to paint us as schemers. I tried to clarify online, but some believed her. Swayed by her claim that she'd handled my mom's funeral while I did nothing, Lily escalated, posting about her self-harm scars, accusing me and my mom of exploiting her for a decade, causing her depression, and claiming I was abusive. She pointed to a fundraiser she'd posted as my fiancée, making her lies seem credible. Online hate poured in. Some even vandalized the funeral parlor, disturbing my mom's rest. When I lashed out, my anger was filmed, proving my violent nature. On the day of my mom's burial, people posted that she deserved to die. Crushed. But clear-headed, I realized arguing was pointless. It's what Lily wanted. I called a friend who worked in mental health, who'd been defending me online. He supported my plan but warned this could ruin your life. Are you sure? Sure, as long as they pay, it's worth it. With Lily's online posts as evidence, getting a mental illness certificate was easy. That night I got Ethan's address, a house he'd rented. I grabbed the knife he'd used on my mom and drove there. Before I could plan, I saw Ethan and Lily walking out, hand in hand, laughing. Ethan kissed her cheek. Gripping the knife, I stepped out. Lily saw me and froze, stepping back. Ethan glanced at the knife, unafraid, and sneered, "What's this, Mason? Gonna fight us? Think about the consequences." Lily chimed in, "Don't do this. It's not worth ruining your life. We'll pay you off, okay?" Will pulled out a bank card, but Ethan snatched it back. "Why give him money? The internet's on our side. This is for our trip abroad." Lily hesitated, then pulled me aside. "I'm sorry, Mason. I had no choice. Ethan's young. He can't have his life ruined. Once we're abroad, I'll clear your name and send you money as compensation. Look, I've been struggling too." She showed me fresh scars on her wrist. "Let this go for me." I used to forgive her whenever she played the depression card, but now I just laughed. I was softening and added, "If that's not enough, I'll come back and stay with you as long as we don't marry. I'll meet all your needs." I shook my head, tempted to tell her Ethan was using her to pay off his debts abroad, the truth my mom tried to reveal at the wedding. But why bother? She'd forgiven him for murder. She wouldn't believe me. Ethan interrupted, wrapping an arm around her waist. "Lily, let's go. The buyer for the house is waiting." I froze. House! Before the wedding, Lily had convinced my mom to sell her old home to buy a new one, insisting on adding her name to the deed. I grabbed Ethan's collar. He sold. "My mom's house?" He shoved me. "So what? You leeched off Lily for 9 years? A house is fair breakup compensation?" "Ethan, stop," Lily pleaded, but he laughed. "What's he gonna do? Stab me? Go ahead." He pointed to his head. I swung the knife, sharpened that morning. In one clean cut, his fingers hit the ground. Lily screamed. I slashed again, blood splattering as I saw my mom's wounds in my mind. Before I could continue, bystanders drawn by Lily's screams pinned me down. Paramedics arrived. Ethan's injuries were superficial, no vital damage. As he wailed, I felt no satisfaction, only regret that my upbringing stopped me from going further. The police took us in. Lily, hysterical, described me as a monster, demanding I be locked away forever. I smirked. "Now you don't care about our 9 years, Lily?" she scoffed. 9 years? They weren't for Ethan, I'd have left you after asterisk, 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 asterisk. That only stayed to deal with your mom's mess and that house. It's mine now. Blame yourself for not taking my offer. The police stopped her from hitting me. Then an officer returned with my file. "He can't be detained. He has a mental illness certificate from the hospital. The process checks out." Lily's face turned pale. "It's fake. He forged it." I leaned in, whispering, "Your online posts," as my fiancé helped prove it. I played a recording of our earlier confrontation, edited to show them provoking me. "I only meant to scare them," I said, mimicking Ethan's courtroom act. They pushed me to it. The police's gaze shifted to Lily. She screamed, "He's lying. It was premeditated." "Proof?" I asked. She had none. The police, after reviewing the scene, ruled I acted under mental distress and released me with home supervision. Lily demanded I be institutionalized, but experts found I didn't meet the criteria. She was livid. As I left, I waved the certificate at her. "Sleep with one eye open, Lily. I might have an episode and show up with a knife." She screamed and ran. Tormenting them felt better than killing them. The fear of death was worse than death itself. Ethan, severely injured, spent a month in the hospital, with Lily tending to him daily, rubbing his shoulders, feeding him, even helping him to the bathroom. I'd never seen her so devoted. When my mom was sick, Lily claimed she didn't know how to care for her, yet made my bedridden mom peel her apples only to toss them after one bite. I visited Ethan's hospital, holding a blood-stained knife, or a chainsaw outside his window. When they called the police, I'd vanish. The police questioned me, but I played along, then did it again. Lily tried rallying online support, but no one dared confront me, knowing my mental health certificate protected me. Desperate, Lily and Ethan begged me to stop. "I'll return your mom's house," Lily sobbed, handing me the deed. Ethan, his severed fingers still infected, offered me a cigarette with a forced smile. I sneered. "What else do you have to offer besides your heads?" Ethan panicked. But pretending calm, said, "Let's make peace, Mason. Name your price." I stared at Lily. "Ever wonder why Ethan hasn't taken you abroad yet?" He's not allowed to leave. Lily glanced at Ethan, suspicious. I knew Ethan was hiding something, a cold case linked to him through a recent blood sample. The police were watching him closely. Ethan laughed nervously. Lily didn't want to leave. She realized she loves you, Mason. Even in her dreams, she calls your name. I laughed. You believe that? He faltered. Look, even if we escape, you'd find us. Let's settle this. How? I asked, taking the deed. They suggested dinner at a nearby diner. Ethan booked it, but I noticed Lily's uneasy expression. My instincts kicked in. Before I could call a friend, another called me. My mom had treated my friends like her own kids, and they'd witnessed Lily's betrayal. This friend overheard Ethan and Lily plotting something. At the diner, Lily was absent. Ethan, acting drunk, poured 2 glasses of wine and handed me one. Mason, I'm sorry. Drink this, and I'll kneel at your mom's grave tomorrow to apologize. Forgive me. I saw through his act and smirked. Kneel for 3 days. Don't get up until I say so. Fine, he said, downing his glass and pouring another. 3 cups as punishment. He drank 3, then pushed the other glass toward me. Drink this, and we're even. You see my sincerity, right? I saw the glint in his eyes and splashed the wine on the floor, revealing a hidden compartment in the bottle. Ethan's eyes widened. Whatever drug he'd used worked fast. He collapsed. Unconscious. His phone pinged. A message read, "Boss, we're downstairs. Can we come in? This is risky. We need payment up front to skip town." I replied, "No problem," and slipped out the back. That night, news broke of a car crash in the suburbs. Drunk driver had plummeted off a cliff. The car smashed, the driver unrecognizable. Ethan's phone lit up with Lily's messages. "Mason's dead, right? We're free?" I called her. "Sorry to disappoint you, Lily. I'm alive." That night, Lily and the hired accomplices were arrested. Ethan's phone, sent anonymously to the police, sealed their fate. Both Lily and Ethan were convicted of attempted murder. Lily got 15 years, the accomplices 3. Public opinion flipped. My 9 years of supporting Lily, including saving her life, were exposed online. Her claims of victimhood crumbled. Scars were revealed as self-inflicted from before we met. Supporters turned on her, calling her ungrateful. On her prison transfer day, angry netizens pelted her with eggs. In jail, Lily tried to take her life again. She begged to see me. Sobbing, she pleaded for one last chance. I laughed, handing her evidence of Ethan's crimes abroad and revealing he'd planned to sell her to settle his debts. "You regret it now, don't you?"
Right.
Too late. Ethan's family is pushing for the death penalty. I ignored her cries and walked away, stepping into the light.